2-1.
All right, morning everybody. It is a hot one here at Lazy Crane Farm. Wanted to apologize first that we haven't put out a video in the last couple of weeks. We've had some family things come up on the weekends that have kind of getting in the way of us shooting videos. We've also joined our first farmers market, which was a great experience, very positive, and so that took a lot of our energy, making sure that we had all of our setup ready to go with our baskets and signs and tablecloths and so forth. So we're really glad that that went well. We have another one tomorrow at Dixon, Illinois, and so we are going to be doing those every Wednesday and Saturday going forward. So that's kind of one of the reasons why, a couple of the reasons why we haven't been able to shoot videos. The others is we've just been so busy harvesting, and so we haven't really had time to kind of shoot videos and show you guys what's going on. Now that we've kind of gotten all of our systems in place and that we are figured things out a little bit better, we'll be able to shoot more videos and kind of keep you guys back updated week to week with everything that's going here at the farm. So let's kind of show you guys what's been going on, and we'll take it from there. So one of the first things we want to talk about today is our friend the Gopher. He has made a wonderful little hole underneath our thing, and we have come to find out that he fits perfectly through our 1-inch chicken wire fence. And so he's been definitely having us make sure that we check up on everything as we go through. And so today I wanted to kind of give you guys an update as to where we're at. We are starting to get ready for our fall planting. So we have a couple of beds that we have emptied out. This one here was our sugar and peas. We've pulled all that out. We're going to get the weeds out as well, put in some new compost, and then we have a plan for those. Our sugar snaps are also done in the boxes, and so that is actually cilantro that's left over that we planted in the middle. It is quite large still, and but it is still putting out good stuff, so we keep adding it to our lunches and dinners. The never-ending squash plants. Let me tell you, we've probably harvested over 250 squashes at this point, just out of a couple of these plants, as well as the rows we'll talk about in just a moment. But they have been unbelievable producers, and we've been so thankful that we've had. And as you guys can see, anytime you see a flower, that's another summer squash. So you can see all the flowers, and that means we have a lot of summer squash still coming through, even after we've harvested everything. The next on the list is the cucumbers. These have been prolific for us, and we've been really happy with how they've come out. We have some cucumbers growing here. Some are in good shape, some are misshapen, and that's just normal as you kind of get. I think did we leave any? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did. So there we go. There's some cucumbers that we've turned over, so that those will be ready probably tomorrow. And we'll go ahead and harvest those guys as well. But overall, everything's been pretty good with our cucumbers. Our squash have kind of been on round 2. We're starting to get, zucchini. Our zucchini are kind of on round 2 right now. We're starting to get more zucchinis. Not nearly as many as we started out with, but they are starting to flower again, which is pretty cool. So we'll take it. We have harvested some of our broccoli here. So this is round 2 of our broccoli, and it's looking pretty good so far. These were the ones that were covered up originally, and we uncovered them, and so far they've been doing pretty good since we've uncovered. So they've made a comeback, and we've been really happy with that. So can't really complain.
Cilantro. Amazingly, it's still producing. It smells good. Oh, these are my basil plants. I transplanted these into this bed from some other beds, and they just have taken off. So I have like a whole basil bed now. It's a lot of basil, but we eat it in like everything. So good.
All right, next on the list is our carrots. We were able to harvest about 20 carrots out of this bed, which is pretty good. Some were a little misshapen, some looked pretty good, some were ginormous, and so we are finishing up this bed and then we'll get it ready for the next fall planting. We harvested almost all of our lettuce. We actually left that lettuce for the Gopher.
Yeah, we decided to call him Gary the Gopher, and he's been crunching munching on this guy, so you know, he can go right ahead and keep doing so. But I think he's also crunching on my pepper plant. And these peppers, I actually started from seed in this bed, and you're not really supposed to do that, so I just said, whatever, let's see if they come up. So I got 3 that came up, surprisingly.
The saga of our green beans. We finally had 4 plants come up, and they are actually starting to produce finally. So we were hoping that this whole bed would have been green beans, but unfortunately that is not what happened. But we do have lots and lots of green beans starting, so really can't complain there. Glad that something had come up instead of nothing. And then obviously we have another round of cilantro coming up, which will be good. People like it.
Yeah, lots of cilantro, and it likes the heat, so
yeah,
it does well. Yeah. So we have 4 bean plants in this bed right now.
These 2 covers are for lettuce, so we have started our next round of lettuce for the fall, and so it's going to be about 105, 110 tomorrow, and so we wanted to try and give them a fighting chance at not drying out. So we watered them, got them ready, so hopefully we will get some lettuce out of these beds. This is broccoli bed number 2, which looks a lot better than broccoli bed number 1. These are almost grocery store quality, as I like to call it, broccolis. This one's a little brown, but that's okay. So far they've been doing a lot better than the other bed, and so we are excited for that. Here's a really good one here. So we'll probably take this to market on Wednesday. It'll probably be ready.
And then of course more basil. You can't have enough basil, and it's growing big, as per usual.
And so next on the list is our onions. Our onions are doing pretty good. We actually have pulled them and they are drying out at the moment. We probably have a couple more that we can probably pull, which is when this neck is actually flat and there's nothing left. So let's go ahead.
Nice and soft.
There you go. That's a good looking one.
So some are still, this is a little hard still here, so we're not going to pull that one yet.
So we'll go ahead and pull that guy. But some of these, they're getting real close. They're getting real close, which has been good. Which has been real good.
And we have eaten some onion already from the garden, and it was very, very tasty.
Yeah, this guy's ready.
That's a big one.
Yeah, we'll go pull him.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one. Yeah, we'll let him dry out. So the onions do need to dry out once you pull them for about 3 to 4 days. So
he's not ready.
No, he's not ready. That one, nope. Alright, so that's okay. Oh, maybe this guy. He's still a little thick. Alright, well that's good. So we just pulled out 2 for you guys.
So slowly.
Just slowly. They make their way and they get ready and then they're nice and tart. So here's our big boys. They are doing really, really well. We kind of trimmed them up from the bottom so that they will not have to deal with any soil-borne diseases. Our one on the end here, he just never seemed to tuck. Poor guy, but that's okay.
These looked really bad. Remember earlier in the season when we had gotten them, we had an extra frost again, and so they're looking really good now.
Alright, so now we got strawberries and marigolds over here. And these ones are making a comeback. These actually were eaten by the rabbits early on in the season. And so they are slowly making a comeback, which is really good. This is what they should look like right now. That's how big they should be with the vines coming out here and there. So That's what this bed looks like over here.
And I just want to comment that I'm growing some really good marigolds over here. So you can see these ones are gonna bud soon. I've never seen them get so big and bushy. I must have got a different variety. But these are the ones over here that are flowering that were from the store, and they just keep going and going and going. So remember, if you have marigolds, you can pull the old stuff here, and some of them will have seed. And I actually planted some of those too in the beds, so those came up too. So you can do that, and the more you pull those out, the more it'll continue to flower. And then here's your strawberries over here. And you can see these are very healthy, very happy. You can see the bottom here. Okay, very, very strong. We're very pleased with how the strawberries have done. We've harvested over 70 berries this year. And we're thinking we might end up in a round 2 situation as you see these shoots coming out. So they shoot out and then they establish a new plant right here into the soil. And now we've got nice new leaves coming in. And so you can see that in lots of different spots. And again, more of my giant marigolds. I have moved a couple of them because they were taken over the plants. So this is another giant one. This is all one plant that I have to move because he's shading a little bit too much. And you can see the shoots underneath coming down. So we want to make sure we give the strawberries plenty of room to establish. So this bed is very colorful. I'll show you a different angle of it. Very nice.
All right, so next on the list is our asparagus, and we have some more strawberries, and then we have a pepper plant in here that has held on, which is really cool. And we got some flowers, so hopefully those will turn into some wonderful green bell peppers, I think is what we planted.
It's my marigold I replanted here.
Yeah, so big.
And the asparagus is very large, and we keep getting new shoots, so very excited about that.
Yep. And then cherry tomatoes. Oh boy, cherry tomatoes. So
Let me get you an aerial version
of all the cherry tomatoes. So yes, they are growing tremendously, and we're just waiting for them to turn red so we can start eating.
We have had a couple so far, but you can see these are just loaded with tomatoes everywhere. We're wondering if Gary the Gopher is gonna try to sneak some of these when they ripen, so stay tuned.
We'll let you know.
But you can see there's so many tomatoes. In fact, the ones that are ripening are more towards the center. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it on the video, but there's some in the center, and they're hard to get to because these are so big. And this little guy is about to ripen. So we're excited to have tomatoes. We know they always sell really well at the market.
And then this is broccoli bed number 3. This one didn't do as well as broccoli number 2, but we do have some big plants coming up, and so we will hopefully be getting some good broccolis out of this as well.
And some of you might be wondering, what is that white powdery stuff I keep seeing on some of the beds and plants? That is diatomaceous earth that we buy, and that's to keep some of the creepy crawlers away and out of the plants.
I'm picking that right in. All right, so here in the raspberry bush that we've got started here, we've got some raspberries. And he doesn't look the best, but I'm gonna pick him.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't think he was ready. That's okay. I'm sure he's pretty good. Nope, not ready yet. That's all right. Still good.
So you can see that, remember, they had a little hard time getting going, and now they're really just taking off.
Yeah.
So there's lots of them. Gonna have berries all over. Here's another good looking red. Yep. Over here we have bunching onions. We realized, and you know, most people might already know this, that they love water a whole lot. So every time we water them, they perk up and they seem to grow a whole lot more. So we're gonna have to water them more often than we have been.
Yeah, they were pretty thin for a while.
And then we have our blackberries here, and those are doing so much better. You can see we're gonna have, maybe see, We're gonna have some very nice flowering and some berries coming in finally.
Yeah, finally coming in.
Yeah. So this little guy, this one at the end here, he had a hard time. Remember, we thought we were gonna lose him, but he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
And this one is flowering at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
So we should have some fruit coming. Wonder if it smells good.
No, not so much. Oh, we got a blueberry.
We have a blueberry.
Look, it's our first blueberry. I'm not gonna pick them.
No.
I'll let them go.
So blueberry bed, and it also has become pepper and parsley bed. So this is Italian parsley, and we also have curly parsley. The Italian I grew from seed, and we have sold some at the market, so that's great. Personally, I'm not a parsley fan. I've tried it. We put it in a salad, and it's just not for me. But we also have some of the curly. This is usually just a garnish, but you know, some people like it. You can eat it. And then we have my peppers. We do have some peppers growing, little baby pepper. So cute. There he is. Hopefully you can see him good. So we do have a few peppers. Really excited to have peppers. There it goes. So got more flowers. Flowers, remember, equal peppers on here. So the more flowers, the more peppers. And you'll notice that if you've, you know, have your own garden. So you wait for the flowering and then you get the peppers. Yep. Or whatever it is you're growing. So we're very happy. Everything looks good. We're starting to sell things. Not that we're making an actual profit, but for us, we feel like, hey, we're doing okay.